Hey, Sagittarius. Here, wait, get y'all straight. Jeez. This is your second reading. I always do 2 readings a day for as long as I possibly can, Sag. And I just want to celebrate my win because my cooling issue is about to be solved today. Yay! So, Sag, let's get right down to it. And this may be a humbling reading for you. Because, we're moving into new cycle energy, definitely with the nodes just changing into Aries, right? So, this is where, the new moon has also been calling for us to make small changes towards, the life we want, who we want to be. And, yeah. So I thought, let's take a look at what changes Sagittarius needs to make right now. Now, understand that everything is a process, and everything I say is for your highest good, Sagittarius. If you're looking for personal readings, please check out the link in my description. I just switched booking apps, so things should go a lot smoother, Sag. So, let's see. Sagittarius. And by the way, I am so grateful you're here, and I am grateful for all the support, especially in the summertime when people tend to be online less. I appreciate y'all still showing up for me, for sure. So, and just a reminder that I will be going live tomorrow afternoon to do an energy check-in, which is always fun. It's a little bit of everything. So 3 changes. You got all that glitters, mending, and orphan. Sag, this is deep. Okay. This is definitely deep. On the bottom of the deck was the 2 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. It's kind of 2 of Swords, man. It's kind of like you don't see what would make you happy in a way. Because the 10 of Cups is a complete turnaround. The 2 of Swords is that inner conflict, but it's also, what we refuse to look at. So that's very interesting, Sag. And these are just small changes you might want to make about yourself. If you resonate with this, that I'm going to show you how it will help. And understand that this is not insulting you, Sag. For sure. Now, all that glitters is interesting because all that glitters, I really feel like this is talking about expectations for you, Sagittarius. Expecting things to be a certain way, to look a certain way, for even conditions to be perfect. And I feel like this is like across the board. We know we are Sagittarians. We know we have high expectations. And, this very much feels to me like, because all that glitters is about realizing that all of the trappings aren't necessarily as good as they look, right? It definitely can be that taking off rose-colored glasses things, right? But I feel like for you, there is an energy of expecting things to be a certain way, right? Instead of, or maybe it's even you expecting to have certain things in order to do certain things. Now, this is very true for Sagittarius, okay? So I remember a couple of years ago when I was talking to a friend, story time, about dating. And I had just gotten divorced. I was like, I really don't feel like I have enough to be dating, and it's usually what we think is not usually totally true, because the 9 of Cups is here with the Chariot and the Emperor, and this is really about, you can be happy now with what you have, and that, and you are moving forward and accepting that maybe, the things that you expect don't come right away. I feel like this is also talking about your expectations of others. I feel like, sometimes people aren't exactly where they're supposed to be, Sag, and like conditions aren't perfect, right? And I feel like also understanding that, because, a lot of times when we have expectations for people, right? We felt let down by people a lot of times because of our expectations, but understanding everyone's on a journey. And, these expectations that you have of people, it could be that they're moving towards that. I feel like this is about giving things time, understanding that it will get there. But in the meantime, you can be happy. It's really about being happy with what you have until, even when you don't exactly have everything you want, being happy with people even though maybe they don't meet all your expectations, but if they're moving in the right direction, they almost are, Sag. They almost are. And I feel like this is about leveling your expectations of things being a certain way. It's kind of like, if I don't have $1 million, does that mean I'm not rich? No, it doesn't. Okay, it's all about perception. It's all about perception. So mending, Sag, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to this. Cutting people off quick, and this is something that you might be changing because you might actually be mending connections here. Okay, now I'm not talking about going back to your ex. I'm talking about putting in the work to fix things. Okay, because this is a Sagittarius thing, right? There's a need for you to, before you rush to cut something or cut people off, or so you actually don't have to fix things if you have all the information. And with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, there's a sense of being quick to just leave the building and go on to something new before you have all the facts. Before you have all the facts. And if you're, getting involved with mending connections or mending relationships, you need to know that maybe you didn't have all the facts. Maybe you didn't take the time to get all the facts, right? Because the pages are definitely about planning, communication, information. It's definitely about details. And when you rush to cut people off, maybe you don't have all the details, Sag. And maybe you're seeing it only from your point of view. So this whole energy of, I'm just going to cut this off and move on to something more exciting, more new, there's a real need for you to get more details. Get more details. And with the Three of Wands, it really is telling you to be patient. Like, not to be in such a rush to move on to the next thing. Okay, and I feel like you're going to actually be putting work into this. Whether this is mending relationships, this is how you're going to work going forward, or this could just be something within you're going to do. So, yeah. And lastly, we have Orphan, Sag. This feeling alone. Feeling like you have to do everything yourself. You really don't. I'm surprised the Three of Pentacles isn't here. But we're seeing the Eight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Fool. So, I really feel like this is saying to you that being alone is a choice. Okay? It could be that you put yourself in this space where you think that, there's only one way of doing things. And, the universe is saying, no, Sag, that's not how balance works. That's not how balance works. This and that are true. There's more than one way of doing things. And so going forward, and this may at times, actually led to you feeling alone, to you being alone, being so stuck in there's only one way. And, there's the Fool. There's like this energy of you saying to yourself, well, you know what? This one-way thinking has left me stuck and alone. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance and jump into something that isn't exactly tested. Yeah, Sag. That is amazing. That is amazing. And that would really help you. Being this, you don't have to have all the details. It doesn't have to be figured out. It doesn't always have to be done one way. Will really help you. Even if it doesn't work out. Sometimes we just take chances and it doesn't work out. Then it doesn't work out. Like, what's the worst that can happen? And there's a lot of Aries energy here, by the way. Which this is a total new way of being. This is a new way of being. And, this is also saying that you don't have to have everything, you don't have to have everything a certain way for you to move forward. And not to measure your success or your happiness according to things being a certain way. Wow, Sag. This is deep, right? And on the bottom, we have Justice, which is to be fair, chopped wood, and time to go. Wow. So you definitely are moving on from this, being more flexible is actually leading to you being more happy. Because there's a sense of you thinking perhaps that, getting too stuck on details and things, like this is the only way this is going to work because this is the right way. There's a sense of you abandoning that to be happy. And that's kind of like, I'm sure you've heard it. You can either be right or you can be happy. So I feel like this is what's really happening for you, Sagittarius. You're coming into a more flexible time. Here's the Three of Pentacles. And, wow. And being more flexible and being more open to the way other people do things is going to help your relationships. Okay. Now, I don't think of Sagittarius as a stubborn sign per se, but we can be. We can be when we think we're right. Right? And so, yeah, Sag, this is really beautiful. And these are the changes that are going to be approached. And this is definitely with the Emperor and the Fool being here in your helping points, Sag. This is how you utilize this energy. This is how you get through this 2-year period in which we are acquiring and winning, quite honestly. This is how this like nodal shift is going to affect you. Which is interesting for me because it seems like there's more of a sense for Sagittarius of being able to work with others, in terms of cooperation and seeing other points of view, and, because we are coming into the me transit. This is definitely a me transit, right? Not a we transit, but I feel like it's having this effect on you that actually it makes you more flexible. So I hope that this was good for you, Sagittarius, and have a great day.